I've got a way to fix the Transmog issue in Destiny 2. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lord Redfern, and today I wanted to make a very short video on my proposed fix for Transmog inside of Destiny 2. So obviously the big issue inside of Destiny 2 for Transmog is the cap. It's the cap that people don't like. We do not like being capped on how many pieces of armor that we can turn into a universal ornament. This is a feature that we've all wanted since day one of Destiny 2, actually. It was talked about even at Destiny 2's launch, and now that we finally have it 4 years later, it feels kind of half-baked that we have a cap placed upon this feature that we've wanted for so long. So here is my proposed fix. There are two kinds of people who play Destiny 2. There are paid players who have brought the base game, have brought all of the DLC and all of the seasonal paid tiers as well, all the way since day one. They are the paid players. They own everything, like myself. We own everything because we love this game, have been invested in this game for a very long time, and we will probably no doubt continue to buy everything: seasons, DLC, expansions, possible sequels. We will be there to buy it because we want to play this game, because we love this game. That's fine. And then you've got the second kind of player, which is your free-to-play player. People who came in at the introduction of New Light. These are people who either played the game freely and have not spent a dime inside of the game at all, or maybe they're free-to-play but they might buy a season pass here or there, or maybe they might buy a paid tier of the current season, for example. So here is my proposed change for these two kinds of players. For free-to-play players, keep the cap. At the end of the day, these are people who have either spent little or nothing inside of the game and don't own the game, and therefore I understand and fully support giving them a cap on how many things that they can turn into a universal ornament. At the end of the day, you know, these are people who haven't really contributed much to the game, and I understand them having, you know, a cap. At the end of the day, that's fair. Now, your paid players, people like myself, people like the rest of my clan, people who have brought the base game and all of the expansions, Curse of Osiris, Warmind, Shadowkeep, and Beyond Light. These are people who I don't think should have a cap at all. You know, we've all invested a lot of time and effort and money into this game, and you know, when you get a feature like Transmog that we've been asking for a very long time, when we finally get it in game and it has a cap on it, that feels like a pretty big slap in the face for somebody who's invested a lot of time, effort and money into this game and this game series as a whole. Now, to kind of incentivize people who are free-to-play players to maybe buy the paid tier of the seasons, like the current season, I propose removing things like randomly rolled weapons or the legendary shards or glimmer, for example, from the season pass. I see no reason at all why those three things are in the season pass at all. At the end of the day, you get the randomly rolled seasonal weapons from playing the seasonal activity. You get glimmer from everything. Everything you do inside Destiny 2 gives you glimmer. Legendary shards, you'll probably end up getting hundreds of thousands of them as too, because you dismantle a lot of stuff. I know I dismantle pretty much everything I get, because you know, you're chasing down that one roll of a weapon, and when you know, until you get it, you're going to dismantle every weapon that you're going to come across, and that's going to give you legendary shards. So I see no real reason for you to have them placed in the season pass at all. So by putting, let's say, 6 synthweave into the paid tier of the season pass, that would, 1, incentivize free-to-play players to buy the paid tier. That would obviously give Bungie a bit more money, and it would obviously give them more synthweave that they can use on their characters. Now, how does this work for people like me and my clan and other people who are paid players? Well, I think this would basically eliminate a lot more of that grind that you currently have to do inside of the game. At the moment, you have to kill a lot of enemies to get 100 of the, it's either the synth cord or the synth strand. Once you've got like 100 or 150 of that particular currency, then you can go and buy a bounty from Ada1 in the tower. The bounties themselves are pretty grindable. Like, I picked up one the other day for Strix, and it was kill 40 champions in Strix, or in Nightfall Strikes, obviously. 40 champions in Nightfall Strikes is quite a lot, especially, you know, considering in some of the lower tiers of the Nightfalls, you're only going to get about, you know, 3, 4 at max, so you're looking at like 40 Nightfalls there, which is insane. So, obviously, having synthweave placed into the paid tier of the season pass, something that paid players do have access to because we buy the deluxe editions of Beyond Light, or we buy all of the paid seasonal tiers. That's going to give us more synthweave that we don't have to grind for by doing enemy kills and then bounties and then gaining one synthweave. You know, you have to kill like 100, you have to get 150 synth cord or whatever, turn that into a bounty. The bounty then gives you 100 synth strand or something, and then that all bubbles down to give you one synthweave, a singular piece of synthweave. So this would obviously incentivize free-to-play players to buy the paid tier, and it would of course also allow paid players to do less of a grind that, you know, we don't want to be doing these kinds of things. We want to be playing other game modes. We want to be doing something else, and having more bounties in the game is not something that we want to be doing, nor is it, ironically enough, something Bungie wants us to do. Bungie talked about quite a while ago about removing the need to be doing bounties all the time in Destiny, and yet the one thing they seem to be adding into the game is bounties, which is fascinating, really. But there you go. That's how I would fix the Transmog cap. Free-to-play players have a cap. If you buy the paid season tier, you get some extra synthweave for your character. Bungie makes a little more money off free-to-play players by buying that that paid seasonal tier. Paid players, no cap whatsoever. However, we earn a bit more synthweave from the season pass, like people who buy the season pass, like the free-to-play players, and that eliminates some of the grind that you have to do to turn some of your favorite pieces of armor into universal ornaments. But that is how I would fix Transmog. That's my proposed changes. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you kind of like the idea or not, or how you would maybe even fix this entire debacle inside of Destiny 2. But I am Lord Redfern, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.